the absolute state of Twitter. Antonio Garcia, every item in this San Francisco Walgreens is under lock and key. There's practically nothing you can buy without having to call an associate to unlock something. I've never been in a country that lives this way. I gotta say, I'm from Romania. We are a little bit poorer than the United States as a nation, but we're a lot more rich in spirit. And yeah, we don't live this way either. I mean, poverty is not an excuse for something like this. I'm looking at it and my jaw is dropping. And I just can't imagine the inconvenience. I mean, you want to buy something, so it's not only that you have to wait at the cashier, you also now have to wait for someone to come up to you to give you the product. And you feel like a criminal. You feel like you're going in a place where the store doesn't trust you in order to behave like a normal citizen. And the problem isn't the store, by the way. The problem is the culture. And the real problem are the legislators. Because as we're going to see here, rather than locking up shoplifters, San Francisco has their stores locking up their skincare products. So I want people to understand, this is not the United States. This is California. This is the culture that every single Hollywood actor, game developer, comic book creator from America agrees with. They think this is a good thing. And they think that this should spread everywhere in the United States. And the reason for this is because you have to wonder, it's like, are the people from California born differently than, say, the people from Texas? And the answer is no. The answer is the lawmakers. I mean, when you have laws that, for example, release prisoners en masse because of the pandemic, I mean, in a time where you lock people up in their homes to stay safe, you unlock them from their prisons. That is one thing. But then it's also the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, like, you're not allowed to apprehend someone that shoplifts less than $1,000. I mean, despite what people may think, criminals aren't dumb. I mean, they're making bad decisions. They're on the wrong side of the law, but they can still pass an IQ test and they can still understand, okay, well, if we go to different stores and we shoplift $900 worth of goods and then we have a fence, we can make a lot of money by fencing that. So this is why we have like a huge crime wave in California now, because there's two choices really. You can either be tough on crime and you lock people up because you want the people who don't commit crime to have normal lives that don't resemble this, or you want to be soft on crime and you're like, well, the criminal is a victim of society and and then you get more crime. There's no middle ground. There's no in between. Either you're tough on crime or soft on crime. And California decides to be extremely soft on crime. So, well, you get more crime. I mean, it's not rocket science. But what I really like is the fact that this conversation is on Twitter and you get people like this. I love seeing tweets like this from 40-year-olds who are so scared of changes. Go to another store, bro. This isn't the law, just a San Francisco shoplifting problem. People in my local area also shoplift from Walgreens. There is no effective way of stopping it besides locking everything. So how do they do it in my country? How are they stopping it in my country? Maybe the US politicians should send a delegation to Romania and ask us, how have we done the shoplifting miracle? Don't get me wrong, there are still shoplifters in Romania, but it's not like this. Definitely not like this. I mean, we are so smart. I mean, look, you must look at us like we're some kind of aliens, super geniuses. I mean, progressives would be baffled if they talked to a Romanian for more than 5 minutes. Because we found the solution to this problem. But like, honestly, this is Twitter, you know? And my question is, do you think you will find people like that in real life? I mean, if you're sitting with your mother at the dinner table And your father brings up the newspaper, and he is very concerned. It's like, okay, I don't like what this is happening. Do you think anyone in your family will say, well, people are just afraid of changes? And at the end of the day, what on earth is it with these people? Are they like followers of Zinch? It's like, change is good. Not all change is good. Yeah, like, I mean, imagine if you take this person and you put him in a time capsule. You send him back to Africa where the Islamic slave trade is happening and they're capturing a couple of slaves, and it's like, don't worry about it. Change is good. It's like, no, it's not good, okay? Change doesn't necessarily mean good. Last time I checked, change can be bad. When you go to the doctor and your doctor said, I don't like how your cancer is evolving, sir. There are some changes on your MRI that I don't really like. We need to run more tests. You should tell the patient, you know what? Change is good. Like sometimes when the cancer evolves, it's a good thing. And then you also have like this thing. In a funny sort way, this is a thrown back to the old time stores. They were laid out in such a way that the counter separated customers from the merchandise, and the clerk had to pick everything. Self-service shopping was a revolution in trusting the customer not to steal. Bro, you literally have produce in the open right here. Like, they're literally trusting customers already. The reason these stores are this way, and we still have them like this in Romania, and I'm pretty sure you guys still have them like this in the United States, is for the convenience of the customer. It's a lot easier for the storekeeper to refill the produce. So, for example, he's selling these candies. It's a lot easier for him to get a new jar and put it here than walk all the way to here, right? Like, this is one reason. The second reason is that it's more accessible for the customer to have everything you want put in a bag. So you don't really have to carry anything. Meanwhile, because these stores have so many items, you just can't have the system. It's not that they're not trusting you here. It's not that this is a low trust society. Like when I'm looking at this picture, I don't think that this old lady is not trusting people, because if she wasn't trusting people, she would put a bunch of bars over here in order to prevent people from jumping in and stealing. Like, if someone actually wants to steal or shoplift here, they can still do it. My God, you know, Twitter, what can you say? Say Twitter and then flush the fucking toilet. I've never been in a country that acts this way. The bigger issue here is, why are all these people stealing? Other parts of the country aren't like this. Yes, correct. If you ever been to a third world country, you would find that people have metal bars on their windows for safety. Yeah, but like, why would you want the United States in California, the most progressive city? Like, you can't get more progressive than California. I mean, that is the peak of progressive culture. That is, you can't vote more left-wing than California, can you? That should be the city that is sending starships to Alpha Centauri. In fact, no, my bad. My bad, that's New York. New York is sending starships to Alpha Centauri. California is so progressive that they now have the wormhole technology. They have the Stargate. They already sent people to Atlantis. That's how progressive and forward-thinking they are. The smartest minds in the United States are in California, guided by the Hollywood actors. You can't get more smart than that. Maximum IQ level reached, and then this is how they live? They can't solve the problem with the crime? Really? And we're talking about shoplifting, okay? Like, we're not talking about more serious crime. We're not going into gangs. No. Like the bare minimum, shoplifting. Just put a security guard and let him do his job. But that's the problem, right? The law doesn't allow the security guard to do his job. So then you have this. There was another store which did something else that was smart. Apparently, they priced everything at $1,000. So that if you stole something, like even if you stole a toothbrush, that toothbrush costed $1,000. So they could actually get the security guard to stop you. And you might say, well, hold on a little bit. Like, if everything costs $1,000, how are you going to, like, who's going to shop there? And the answer is, like, when you went to the cashier, you got a voucher, which gives you a discount until the price is whatever the item actually costs. So for example, if you buy a toothbrush for $1, you go there and you get a 99% discount. So the toothbrush costs $1,000. With the voucher, now it costs $1. But this is Twitter. You know, this is why I'm showing you. It's not like all the comments in the comment section, like you will find so many people that are defending this. Like, this is what I don't get. Why do you want to live like this? Why can't you say, like, why can't you say, I'm a left-leaning person, I agree with left-leaning policies, but this is a little bit too much, we should find something else, we should find another solution. Like, you have these lemmings that no matter what their politician tell them, they will follow blindly, without question. It's just following orders, I guess. It's like, can't you say, yeah, look, we need to be not very tough on crime, but at the same time, like, this is not okay. Everyone suffers from this, right? I mean, regardless of the identity and the politics and all that, like, everyone doesn't benefit. Right. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.